Greetings, beloved. Welcome. So good to have you here this evening. What a joy to behold so many wondrous spirits. Blessings. Hello. Goodness, everyone is assembled tonight, huh? Looks like we're going to have a party. Hello. Hello.
Good day to you.
Good day, beloved. Quite an assembly of beings with us tonight, all curious.
Indeed. And hopefully by the end of our time together today, it will be a celebration of light. Yeah? A celebration of light. All right. Mother, how would you like to begin?
I feel that there are many questions ruminating out there. So I say, let us just kick it off with a question of a cosmic nature, a question that is held within the heart that you wish response to. Who would like to invoke and bring forth the first question? Please mute yourself for the background noise if you have any issue with your sound. Thank you. All right. So kick us off with a question, please, beloveds. This is your circle. This is your Q&A. This is your time with us. All right. We have a question. Mina, I see your name. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask the question. Hello, beloved.
Hello.
Hello.
I was recently introduced to the concept of star seeds and discovering, I guess, what star seed you come from. And someone, their reading was that I was from the star seed Lyra, I believe. And so found myself going down the rabbit hole of researching. And I'm curious from your perspectives, what is the relevance of understanding that connection to, is it relevant? How can we use it to maximize, I think, our existence here today?
Well, it is your lineage, it is your heritage. And lineage and heritage is an important thing, right? There is a vibration that moves from the seed, the inception, all the way, lifetime through lifetime, until this moment in time. So you are still resonating with the original seed of your, your original birth, right? And so the importance of it is that you can easily make connection with these beings. You can give and receive information, have relationship, be supported by. And it is always an important thing to discover who you are. And this is part of who you are today, beloved one, not just back then, but today as well. That lives within you.
Indeed. So you asked the relevance of why this might be important in the now time, and we would like to take special note that being aligned with and relating to your star seed family, your soul family, your lineage, as Metatron has eloquently indicated, creates the sense that you are much more than what lives in this little human bodysuit. And so the relevance is the greater you, for you to align with and know that you exist in realms beyond even what you can imagine and know in this moment sitting here. And it helps for all humans to take themselves a bit less seriously. You are connected to such a greater mass of energy and beings. And part of your lineage, beloved, is for you to understand that you have curiosities, you have thoughtfulness, you have ways of being that are aligned with this part of your heritage. And so when you have a thought or dream or something in your imagination that comes up, it can sometimes be related to something from another existence that helps you to bring it forth in this energy field, in this existence. And so why it becomes important is creativity, ideas, things that are unimagined here that have already been imagined there come through the star seed that you are here today. So all of these things become relevant when you begin to open up the aspect of you that feels, I am only here in this small life or this one lifetime, when in fact that is wholly not true. You are here to examine and experience and bring forth communications, particularly for those that know that they are of a starseed lineage. Part of your work and your job as a light worker here is to uh, bring forth communication between the species. This is happening right now in your world. Part of the chaos that is occurring across your planet is you are about to have a revelation of understanding how much and often you have been speaking to off planet and other beings. So all of you that feel this lineage, this heart pull, that you belong somewhere else, or you have an inkling of that, be welcome it, allow it in, stretch your imagination, and discover more about yourself than you ever thought possible. Is this helpful for you, beloved?
It is. Thank you so much.
All right. Anyone else have information or a question? Oh, that is your hand. Excuse me. Thank you for the question. All right, we have another question. Lainey, is that Lainey? Lainey?
Hi. So I would like to know more about what will be happening, maybe say like the next few months that we would be good to know.
That is a very large question, very open-ended. What will be happening relative and regarding what?
Oh, I would say like world events or like you said, a revelation that is coming. So I would say in regards to those things.
Right. We were just speaking about that recently. There are several things that are going to be occurring, and we're not going to go too deeply down the rabbit hole, right? But we will talk about earth changes in particular. You're going to notice that there are going to be specific earth events that are more cataclysmic than ever before. And you're going to notice that there is an eruption of more volcanoes upon this planet. And the volcanic activity is going to be releasing volcanic ash into the atmosphere, which is going to be, again, changing your weather patterns, all right? That is one thing that is happening. You're going to also be back in the middle of pandemic within this country before the end of the year. And this time around is going to be even harsher financially for people and companies. And again, there's going to be a lot of changes. Things that were hanging on before will no longer be able to hang on. And it is the possibility of a kind of a cascading effect with the financial system as a whole. All right. This is what we see. Mother.
Everyone take a breath. We will survive this. But understand that you have just come through a major gateway of energetic proportions. And with every eclipse that you encounter, the moon is an ending, the sun is the beginning. And so you'll notice the push-pull of the energies of the endings and beginnings. You see it in your systems across the board, from your climate to your financial to your politics. And part of what is happening is the dismantling, as we've spoken of before, while the new earth is beginning to emerge. There are more light workers upon the planet at the moment. There are more people that are engaged in the spiritual revolution, their expansion and their ascension properties. And with this, it creates even more of a pull upon that which is dismantling to create the chaos. For the dismantling is not going to go away easily. It has been in place, embedded. It is like a rock solid. You know, when you hit earth, when it has not been watered for a long time, it is very hard and dense. And so what is happening is, from the energetics, is like taking a sledgehammer to your earth. All things are shifting and changing. Your earth is going through a new escalation, a photon belt, a photon energetic rebirthing, so to speak. And with that comes changes. Changes not only on your earth plane, but changes in your own bodies. Changes in your environment, in your weather patterns. Changes in your food sources. Changes in your water. So for all of you, hold fast, stay the course, do your work, heal your wounds, recognize yourselves as healed light workers, star beings, and you will survive this more comfortably than others who are not of this thought form and this type of thinking. So your expanded thinking, your spiritual ways, all the tools that you have amassed in your precious toolboxes are going to be of grave assistance to each and every one of you. And for each and every one of you, it might appear differently. For all of you live in different parts of the world and the countries. So be mindful that this is the energy over the next several months and into the ending of the year. Metatron spoke of the pandemic. Beloveds, do not panic. We do not mean to instill fear, but the pandemic is not complete. It is not complete. And like many over the history, the millennia of your earth plane, you've had many, many pandemics that have come and gone. This one is very short-lived relative to the expansion and the timeline of your earth plane. You all are in such a quandary over how to associate this pandemic. Rest assured, it is a small blip in the lifetime of your entire existence. You will survive it. You will be fine. This is helpful for you, beloved.
It is also good to know everyone. It is good to know that all is in divine order, right? No matter what it looks like in front of you, all is in divine order.
Always, always, you are in divine order. No matter what is occurring in your life, you are in divine order. You would not be here if you were not part of the divine plan.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Is there another question, another hand that would like to be raised? If I put pressure upon you to ask questions of a cosmic nature, personal questions are all right to ask. We just ask you to elevate them a bit. Valerie, hello, good evening.
Well, good evening. And I know you guys are probably tired of people asking questions about this, but I'm wondering if somebody scientifically is going to come up with like an antidote to the vaccine that will stop the multiplication of spike proteins in the body. Like, so the people who have taken the vaccine, can they take like an antidote? Is there going to be one come up? That's what I was wondering.
I'm not clear on the question myself, personally.
You feel that people need to take an antidote for the vaccine. Is that the nature of the question?
Well, yes, because there's a lot of information coming out about the harmful effects of the vaccine. So I was just wondering if somebody in science is going to come up with an antidote. Or is that just hogwash, the whole thing?
It is not deemed responsible. It is not deemed necessary for the scientists to be focusing on an antidote for something that they feel is helpful, right? So there will be no antidote, right?
Indeed, the powers to be that have created the vaccine, as you call it, they are not pursuing a type of antidote, as you claim, to eradicate or undo what they feel the vaccine is doing to help mitigate the virus within your societies and communities. And so there is not a large pursuit by any force that is of any great effort that will create this for you. So for you to be in circles and conversations around it, just be mindful that many people are speculating, many people are hypothesizing of some of the ills that the vaccine might produce that they deem negative. But mindful is to know that use your discernment.
There are many polarizing opinions. Yeah, mother, there's a great number of polarizing opinions, and everyone must use their own discernment. Right, Valerie? Use your discernment.
Yes. Yes, because you don't know what's true. There's so much information coming out on both sides, and nobody knows what the truth is.
And I'm going to assert that you, beloved, know the truth of you. So this is where your tools and your spiritual practice and practicum will come in mighty handy. And this is true for all of you here. Touch into that still place inside of you that communicates with you your truth. For what you're discovering and speaking into is the different realities that everyone is living. You are living side by side with different belief forms and different realities. So you might think an antidote is needed and your neighbor will think not. So we must begin to live in this arena where we can be opposing in our opinions and our feelings and our thoughts and beliefs, and be willing to still be friendly and kind and generous with our neighbor who may feel and think differently. They are not right or wrong, nor as you are. It is just a matter of what do I believe? What do I need? But reassure you, in this moment, there is no antidote being prepared for those that have taken the vaccine. For many who have taken the vaccine feel it has been just and good for them. And those that choose not to take a vaccine feel other. This is helpful for you, beloved.
It is. Thank you very much.
Indeed. All right, we have another question. Mary, hello. Thank you for the question. Hope you are not on the microphone.
I said Michelle Denning was before me. I would love to give it to her so she can ask her question, please.
All right, thank you. That was very generous of you. There is an act of generosity right there, everyone. Beautiful.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Thank you, Mary. And actually, this act of generosity goes along with the question. I've been noticing lately I'm getting
lot of people that are just coming into their own spirituality and learning of the rising of the vibrations on earth and needing help. And I just wanted to know, as far as the collective, how is this helping, and why, you know, with the shifts of all the earth and the shifts of everything, how all of this coincides.
Mother, feel free to please.
Again, I have not deep clarity on the precise question, but you're asking the cataclysmic events occurring and how can you as humanity be of assistance? Is this correct in how I'm framing your question?
Yes, and also with about a bunch of people that are coming into their own and in their own light. And I've been noticing they have been drawn to me and asking for help.
Right, you are like a firefly, beloved, like the light, you know, that all the flies approach, not that they are bad, but that is the essence of it. You are this bright light and they are very attracted to you. It's like a magnet. So be well in your own understanding that you are a divine and sacred channel. You have witnessed so much within your own growth and opportunities that you know that now it is time to give some of it away. It is really relegated to all of us who are on the spiritual path to always be placing our hand behind us and pulling forward those that have the desire to know more and seek what it is that they believe you have, although they will have something different, different flavor perhaps, but it is incumbent upon us to sit with them and have patience and listen to their ails and then help them to understand and learn some of the very tools that you have been bestowed. Regarding your other question of the myriad and variety of cataclysmic events upon your planet, there is great suffering. There has always been great suffering. And yet also there has been the great heart of humanity that has always been willing to lend a hand and reach out. Look at what is happening in your country right now with the devastation of the building collapse. How many people have rushed to aid in the recovery and discovery of what has happened there? This has always been true. You always have within you that pull to go and assist and be of aid. And when safe, we encourage each and every one of you to look around your life and say, where can I be of the greater assistance? There should be ample proportion, percentage of your time in your life given to your humanitarianism, to your philanthropy. Some people give 80%, some people give 20%. It does not matter. What matters most is that there is an exchange of gratitude shown for the life that you live, the privilege that you all have here. And to always look back and be willing to lift someone up that has lesser than you.
Beautiful Michelle, you know, your guidance is almost throwing people at you.
Mm-hmm.
It is so that you will finally really step into doing your work. Do what's in front of you. Right? You have so much to offer. You can, you know, you can be stubborn, you can fight it all you want, but your soul knows this is what you came to do. Don't let your ego get in the way. All right?
And we will say, to be mindful again, that your soul finds things very easily.
Mm-hmm.
The soul moves very quickly. The ego does not. So the soul is way ahead of you. in terms of how it wants to show itself and do its work in the world. And there are certain steps that need to occur for you to kind of catch up with your soul plan as well. But know that the soul plan is emerging, it's evolving, it's opening up for you. All you need to do, and like you did today, you had a life event today. This is an example of where the ego will catch up to your soul plan.
Right now. What? I'll be right there.
All right.
Pardon us. Everyone needs to mute themselves. Thank you.
So everyone needs to understand your soul is in motion each and every day, each and every breath, each and every moment of your existence. There's never not a time when you are not on your soul's path. It is the ego that might convince you otherwise. But know that the soul moves and thinks and dreams and imagines very quickly with a lot of acceleration. The ego is the one saying, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not so fast. Slow down a bit. I need time to catch up. Give yourself the time to catch up. Otherwise, you will get to your soul plan and be very confused and not know what to do. This is also part of the Great Awakening that's occurring with all of you. It's a beautiful integration, a beautiful balancing act. And imagine yourself harmonizing your life plan with your soul plan. They will meld, they will integrate, they will all come together beautifully and effortlessly beautiful. Beloved. Indeed.
Thank you, Mother Mary and Metatron.
Indeed. All right, we now have Mary, your question.
I just want to thank you for being with us today. I just posted this question and I'll just read it. And why does it seem that after this past year of isolation and the pandemic and all the energy that's slowed down so much, that all of a sudden it feels as though it's kind of like exploded back into this self-destructive pattern upon Gaia? It doesn't seem like we've changed for the better. Can you give some clarity to that?
Indeed. That's because humans always look for that place that feels normal, feels familiar within them. Human beings have difficulty with change. And this past year and a half has been very frightening for many people. And so to feel normal, right? To feel that they still have what they had before the pandemic started is very important to them. And unfortunately, there has been a lot of division between people that has continued even though everybody's coming back out into the world again. They are keeping an attitudinal division. They are keeping an emotional division. And that is still up to be healed. You will notice that there will take some time for healing to transpire. And the best that everyone can do, right, is to be light, to live from your heart, think from your heart, right? Be that which has changed. Live your life through how you have changed. Let everybody else find their way to their healing.
So the energy form that you speak of, beloved, is one of, oh my goodness, I have a lot of catching up to do. So the humanity piece of it is everybody's been in lockdown. They've been deprived. They've felt, oh my goodness, I have been deprived of all of my haunts, all of my, my gluttony, all of my eating out and going to the movies and being free is how you claim it. And yet what has been lost in this newfound freedom that everyone is feeling is what has been gained. How has nature replenished itself when we weren't constantly amassing our cars and our vehicles and our feet and our traffic upon it? And so what we will find is there will be a coming out. This is what we spoke of earlier in the question before, where everybody will, it is like being freed of prison. And they run screaming out of the gates and the walls of this imprisonment that they have felt with abandon, without thinking of the other. And all we can do as individuals is to say, how have I changed? What am I going to do differently? How am I going to reapproach my life, the environment, my eating, my consumption of news and media, and all the things that were so prevalent during the lockdown? And instead, you're going to see another occurrence where all of your freedoms, as you call them, are going to begin to be taken away. And then you will see chaos emerge. You will see mutiny. You will see people refusing to take part in that of any kind. And from there, someone asked earlier, what is the foreshadowing of the future? And that is when there will be more civil unrest and eruption within your societies and communities. It is already happening in its own way, but please understand that this is the energy form. It is like, oh my gosh, everything that I was deprived of, I'm going to grab it up and make up for it. Instead of taking it slowly and being more mindful to walk more gently upon your planet. Eat more healthily. Be mindful of what you consume. And in the meantime, all you can do is worry about yourself. You cannot say to another, please do not do that, or they will raise their arms against you. So be cautious and be mindful of you and not to worry about the others in this moment. All will be, again, all will be reconciled, all will be leveled, all is in divine plan.
Yes.
It's painful to witness.
It is indeed painful to witness, but you must open your eyes and see it for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Always
And
tell
let-
yourself the truth, beloved one, right? Look at it square in the face.
And go back to your spiritual tools. Once again, go back to your spiritual tools. Bless that which you do not feel in alignment with. Do your meditations and your prayers. Join in union with your higher vibrational spiritual guides and wisdom. They will show you the way. They, as Metatron commented, speak and act through your hearts. They will always show you the right way.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Indeed.
All right. Oh, many hands are up. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for the question. Okay, we have Ariana. Hello. Hello, beloved.
Hi,
Nice to see you.
my
Hello.
mother,
A long time.
Lily, and Metatron. I am grateful. I'm grateful to be in the group again. It's been a while, and I've been doing phenomenally better. It's nice to see the difference from where I was to where I am now. I'm feeling so much more anchored in spirit and so much more flow in life. And my question has to do with something I'm having a lot of difficulty sorting out. And I apologize if this is triggering for those in the room. And what I want to know about is there's forecasts of the vaccine being detrimental and a large exodus of souls due to this immune system being compromised. And is this because people I really love, a lot of people I really love have had it. And I am trying to stay in my center, and like you were just saying, just don't worry about other people. And I don't worry about them, but I do feel a little bit afraid of, like, there's a foreboding feeling with this, that people don't quite know what the vaccine is. And so can you please speak about will there be a mass exodus with those people having the vaccine? And yeah, and just like what I can do around the fear energy with that for the people I love.
So what you can do about the fear is to do your best just to drop it, beloved one, right? This is such a personal choice, right? There will be some individuals that do not do well with the vaccine and they will drop the body, but it is not going to be a mass exodus of people from the planet. The mass exodus is going to be from the virus, not the vaccine, beloved one. You will see 1,000 times more souls leaving from the virus than you will the vaccine.
And our response is equal to that. It is this notion that there has already been great loss. There's already been great loss. The vaccine is, in my understanding and the way we are seeing it, it has prevented many from succumbing and dropping the body from the virus specifically. Your exact question is, will people begin to make their transitions because of the virus? We do not see this as a particular reality that is accurate. We feel more inclined to share with you that you have mutation on its way. And so those that have assumed and made the decision to take a virus are, possibly not as well protected as they believe themselves to be. And so this is why your systems, powers to be, will make a formidable attempt again to step in and cause some pulling back again of all the freedoms that we just spoke about. But to answer your question, beloved, wherever your truth or your belief forms lie within believing that the virus will cause people to leave the body, I believe you might want to reapproach that information.
Do you mean to say vaccine? Because you're saying virus. Do you mean to say vaccine? Because it's getting confusing, the message.
I'm saying the thought forms that you hold, that you believe the vaccine is going to cause people to leave the body. Forgive me if I misspoke. You may want to reapproach that information and review it again through the lens and the filter of your spiritual guidance. How true is that? Does it feel true for you? And as Metatron said, drop the fear and then filter the question.
Yes, because you know, beloved Ariana, that no soul leaves this planet unless it is complete with its journey, no matter what the impetus.
Thank you.
Whether it be a vaccine, a heart attack, a car crash. When the soul is complete, the transition happens.
And there is little you can do of yourself to prevent anyone from knowing when and how that transition for another will occur.
But it is your belief, or it is your from your higher perspective. It is a protective aspect, the vaccine.
The way it has been indoctrinated, yes, it is forming itself as a protective aspect against what is currently in form.
I'm of the belief that it's because there's a lot of thought forms around it working that are making it work, but it's not
Right.
absolutely necessary. If I know I am 100% healthy, that my immune system is 100% wonderful, then I don't feel that I necessarily need to have that.
And that is
So-
your right and your sovereign ability and right to
Absolutely.
feel that's this way.
Absolutely.
But
That is your
Thank-
truth.
But to impose that upon another, beloved, is
I-
where the rubber hits the road.
Yes.
And that is where you will find conflict, and then where you will find disagreement, and where you will find separation.
I'm wanting to heal separation because my daughter, my beloved, many people that I love or making a different choice. And I want to create not separation. I want to create healing in myself and in the world around that.
Then drop your beliefs around the need for them to believe as you do, or do as you would act upon it.
Honor it all.
Honor their sovereign ability to make decisions of their own accord.
Absolutely.
Without any judgment.
That feels really good. It feels way better. I really appreciate your handling this very controversial topic. There's a lot of things up right now, and yeah, this is really helping my heart to feel good. So thank you.
Beautiful. All right, thank you very much. April, you have a question for us?
Hi, I have never been on this before, so I'm so happy to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to try to pose this question in a way it's helpful for everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. So this past year, I was introduced to the Akashic Records, and it completely changed my life. It was so profound. And recently, I've had the joy of reading them, and it's such a beautiful shock that it's like kind of effortless, and it's so fun, and it's like one of my favorite things I've ever done. I'm in the middle right now of creating a healing business with like Akashic Records now, and some other different modalities. But so I have that, and I'm creating that, and that's definitely been a challenge for my ego to get out of my comfort zone. And in doing that, I've given all my attention just to that and my own healing. And I've recently been offered, I know you can't tell me what to do, I'm just giving you an idea, a nannying job that would take up a lot of my energy and time. And it would also be with a family. And here comes the vaccine again, that has been vaccinated. And from the information I've been given, it might not be maybe to treat people that have been vaccinated like they've had the flu, was some of the information I received from a different channeler. And so I kind of have been like kind of careful. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm going through. I don't know if that kind of applies to other people too, if they're in the place where they're kind of trying to create a 5D business and break free. It's too long. I'm sorry.
Do you have a question?
Yes. Okay. So the question would be, how or is it okay to just trust, like stepping into creating this business, trusting in this 5D consciousness, and letting go of kind of doing jobs like I used to do in the past that didn't bring me joy, but were more practical? That's kind of my question. Is that good? Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you. That was a lot. Sorry.
Yeah, got the whole story going, right?
Sorry. Yeah.
So that's okay. That's all right. Because that's, for you, the story is important.
Yikes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so what you must know, beloved one, is that you're a healer, you're a channel, you're here to do your work. And sometimes it takes a while to get your business off the ground, right? So that it is something that can support you, put food on your table, pay your rent, make sure that you have shoes for your feet, right? And so you are the one that must know for yourself if it feels comfortable right now, today, not thinking ahead 2 weeks, 6 months from now, but today, can you support yourself doing Spirit's work? If the answer is no, do you have another way to support you while you're building your business? If you have a savings, beautiful. If you don't have a savings, then being practical so that you can eat and take care of yourself while you're building a business, right, is important. Find a way to straddle both things until you can let go of the job in the world and just be advised that whether you're working a job or working on your 5D healing business, it's all Spirit's work.
Yes, so we would concur completely that your soul's path emergence is always in motion. So you coming upon the Akashic to know that is part of your soul path, and the excitement and passion, enthusiasm that you feel toward that is all well and good. It is not the first rodeo, beloved, that you've done this work. So it resonates. It feels very familiar. It has an energy around it that you feel, oh, this is me. This is part of who I am. That will never go away. And much to what my Metatron has spoken here is if you need to uh, make a living, the children that you are in the care for, and they will benefit from your journey. You can take part in that and have both lives in the interim until you decide that, oh, this is enough for me. This is enough. I feel rooted and grounded and solid enough in my attempts and efforts to really become a masterful Akashic record reader. I can start charging great dollars for it. People will come. In fact, you will find that organically in the time you spend away from the family, that the circles and people you meet is your opportunity. The word networking is coming. So find the balance for you. And in the meantime, take care of yourself. You're going to need to pay for classes and set up and business and all that. So you're going to need to find a means to support yourself as you're growing into that which you are here to do fully.
And you have choices, yeah? You have more than one choice. Don't feel that you only have one choice, beloved. If that's not the job for you, then find something that fits.
And use your own innate abilities, your own qualities of knowing, the knowingness, what your own psychic abilities are. Tap into that. And rely upon your own sensibilities rather than another's advice. Always. What's right for you? So many times we hear people come to us and say, oh, I've been told this, I've been told this. And I say, what do you tell you? What is it you tell you? That to me is far more essential and important than somebody else telling something for you. Is this helpful for you, beloved?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for the question. Drop the story though.
Okay, got it.
All right. Are we complete? It is the top of the hour. I don't see any more questions, but we're willing to stay on a bit for more questions. If anyone wants to raise your little yellow hand, it is a cute little hand. Any other questions for that which we be?
We would like to make a comment. John, you asked the question earlier about Metatron's cube. Yeah? All right. So gazing at the Metatron's cube, right, is like gazing into a portal that will help you to enter different levels of consciousness, different dimensions, right? You can use it as a tool in your meditation to travel. When you wear it, it is not only protective, but you begin to vibrate with the geometries of Metatron's cube. It shifts your vibrational frequency. Does that answer your question, my friend?
Yes.
All right, good.
Yep. Thank you.
You don't want to forget you.
How fortuitous of you to remember the question. I did not know the question, but I agree wholeheartedly. be in the energy of sacred geometry. That's what you are. Beautiful. Oh, we see I have questions. Sue Beth has a question. Hello, beloved. So good to see you. It has been a long time.
Hello, thank you. May I let Josette go first because she had her hand up before mine.
All right. Thank you. Again, a generous gesture.
You
So-
can go ahead, Sue Beth. That's fine with me.
Okay, okay.
We have time for both.
I just feel like I'm gonna be asking such a baby question.
Don't judge the question, beloved. We just ask the question.
Or I may be asking, I think I'm probably asking a question that has already been answered, but I guess I just have to hear it again.
Okay.
So you would avoid telling an adult child of yours, for example, that you would be much more comfortable if they would be vaccinated.
Right. This is your question.
All right. So
Yeah.
it is always all right to state your preference. I am uncomfortable around people that are not vaccinated. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm trying to amp down my fear, you know, but I think my fear is really more around that that he'll get ill.
Right.
You know, that he won't be protected.
As a mother, it's always okay to say, I worry about you. I wish you would get the vaccine, and then drop it, because he really needs to make his own decision, right? This is deeper than what goes on in the brain. This is all about the soul and the soul's journey. You've got to let him have his journey. Yeah.
Maybe if I just tack on to the beginning of my beginning of my statement that I understand this is completely your decision, but I want you to know that I worry about you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Okay.
love, right?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the question. And we do not find any low level vibration around the question. It is completely pertinent to be able to express ourselves and share our truth with another, and at the same time receive in return the sovereignty that the other has choice of their own, and for us to be able to accept and receive that as well. We can express ourselves, but be able to stand in the place of power and empowerment of both parties, to be able to say, I have asked, and yet what I have received is not my heart's desire, but I'm willing to accept it otherwise.
Right, okay.
Because I love you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That clarifies things a lot for me.
Indeed. Indeed.
Right, we have another question. Hello, Josette. Lovely to see you, beloved. Hi.
You are muted, beloved one.
Oh, there we go. I've been very conflicted about this whole vaccine issue. And I wonder if there is a mutation coming. Is the current vaccine the appropriate vaccine, or will there be another vaccine created for the upcoming virus?
They are continuing to work on vaccines because they know that the virus will continue to mutate. So there will be new vaccines that come out periodically. There's, we believe that there is one that has been approved to come out in another month or so.
And much like strains of the flu, they oftentimes have to alter the mixture of antibodies to be able to address and eradicate the particular virus. So there will be what you call booster shots available to people. But again, it will be about free choice, just like the flu shot is. And many people find that they bolster their immune systems where they're no longer in need of that kind of protection. But to answer your question, the current virus that you've been, if you have indeed taken the vaccine, will not protect you from all other evolutions of the virus. And so you will be offered booster opportunities as they evolve and mutate. And each season you will be offered this going forward in your human existence. The
Okay,
virus is not going away. It is here.
so if I haven't had the vaccine, there will be, besides booster vaccines, there'll be a newer kind of vaccine coming out?
Different question.
They're continuing to work on the vaccine to make it more effective, to keep it current with the mutations that are taking place.
Okay. Thank you.
Indeed.
All right. Mary, do you have another question, or was that from before? You have another question. All right. Unmute yourself. Thank you, Josette, for the question. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sorry, I don't mean to dominate, but I do live in Hawaii, and there is something called a Lahaina moon that apparently is a phenomenon here that helps you to absorb energy. Is that something that I should be looking into for myself at this point in order to be of service, or is it, can you speak to that at all? Are you familiar? Oh, you must be familiar.
We have no clarity on that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You have to say it again. What was the seed? It's a seed or a nut?
Lahaina moon. It's the position of the sun over the earth, over specifically Hawaii, as the state of Hawaii, at different times where it does not cast a shadow. It's so specifically directly above that there's no shadow that's caused, that gets caused, and apparently it's an energy boost for those who are connected to spirit. I think, I don't know if I'm really speaking to this well enough. I thought maybe there was some insights could be shared, and if not, that's fine.
We're seeing it as a type of a vortex.
Yes.
And it is not privy to only those that are spiritually inclined. It is, received by all who are in the vicinity of it. It is a phenomena that occurs in different parts of the planet at different times of year in different weathers. So yes, take part in it. If you believe it to be true and helpful, then we absolutely encourage you to sit within its energy form and alchemize, use it, and then spread it around and allow yourself to be healed by this energy and transformed. Always the cosmos and the planets as they align. Sirius is aligning with the sun in the next couple of weeks. This is a great, again, alignment alchemy that you can sit within that energy and receive great amounts of, or greater levels of potency and healing alchemy for yourself. So anytime if you're aware of this and you're aware of it's happening, run outdoors and sit beneath it and receive it. It is much like the full moon, or washing your crystals, or bathing naked in the ocean. All of these things help to aid and facilitate your spiritual expansion.
Thank you.
And the energy within you that gets to feel more light-bodied. Remember, you're all moving into light body, and so anything that you can do to support and accelerate that experience is absolutely helpful.
Thank you.
Indeed. All right, everyone. More hands or no hands? More hands. Ariana, you have another question. Hello.
I have one more quick question. Can you speak of Andara crystals? Are they naturally sourced, or where are they sourced? I know there are some that are not, but can you speak of them?
Yes, indeed. There are places upon this planet where Andara crystals are naturally sourced, but very few places. Most Andara crystals that you find upon the market are slag glass. We know that the one place within California that they can be found is in a specific area on the side of Mount Shasta. And there's one person that has the rights to go and gather the Andara. And it is a man by the name of Mickey Magic. And his Andaras are true Andaras. You can go to his property and walk an Andara spiral. We used to take the graduates from our channeling classes there to walk the spiral and to have an experience. But many of the Andaras that are sold online are not true Andaras. What people will do is take what is slag glass and sit them next to an Andara to charge it and then sell it, and it'll feel like it's, zippy for a little while, but then the charge evaporates. So it is important to find places that, are offering you a true Andara.
I was just gifted one from Mickey's altar from Gentleman in Mount Shasta, and my goodness, I feel such an acceleration.
Right.
It is like, and then, there's so much about them not being real, but my goodness.
Yes, indeed.
I wasn't a believer until somebody actually put this in my hand from Mickey's altar, and I'm just like, wow.
There's
And
one sitting on my woman's altar right now, right at fingertip level. There's about 10 around this home.
Your question regarding authenticity. So you can be rest assured that Mickey is of the highest integrity with his crystals. In fact, he goes to great lengths to ensure the integrity and authenticity of the Andaras that he procures and then again to sell and gift away into the world.
Yes.
But your question about the origin of the Andara itself was initially and originally from the cosmos. It was
From where?
From the cosmos, from the interstellar beings that brought it to the earth plane, and they probably instilled it in certain places for it to grow and propagate, but it is not widely resourced upon your earth plane. In fact, there are only 2 or 3 places upon your entire earth where you can find authentic, real Andaras that have actually come from the cosmos.
Feels pretty cosmic, all right.
And Mickey has been the benefit and the delight that he has tapped into the authentic, original discoverer of the Andara many decades ago to mine them, and he takes great care in ensuring that they remain of the highest pedigree and integrity possible. That is why they are so sacred if they come from him.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Rob, do you have yours with you tonight? Indeed. He has half of Metatron's Andara.
Any of you ever have the opportunity to make your Andara into jewelry, again, like the Metatron cube and sacred geometry, it is a wonderful addition to your wardrobe to wear. It will protect you and guide you and create ample energy around you if you're feeling depleted. Did I see another hand up? John, was that your hand up or were you?
I was going to say that Charlotte wanted to ask a question.
Ah, thank you for asking for her. How generous of you. Hello, beloved. Thank you for the question, Ariana.
Thank you, John. Hello, Divine Mother. Hello, Metatron. It's good to be with you both. And I was glad that the topic came up because that's what I wanted to follow up with you, Metatron. You had mentioned last summer the topic of civil unrest. I'll use that phrase. And so the drumbeat for me continues to beat. And so I had hoped that perhaps the probability of that had reduced significantly given the introduction of vaccines and the changes that we've seen so far. But apparently from the previous comments that you both made, civil unrest would then be impending as a result of freedoms being taken away. So that leaves my question diluted down to energetic protection. And, you know, I'm lucky I work from home. What about energetic protection when these things start to boil over and spill into the streets?
Well, how did you protect yourself when they were boiling over 6 months ago?
I unplugged and stayed out of it. Same thing. That simple.
Yeah, that's simple. And what you do as a counterpoint to that, right, is to hold the vibration of peace, to hold the vibration of love, to pray for the planet, right?
Yes.
That is the counterpoint.
Okay.
And beloved, they will, the civil unrest that you speak of, there will be a variety of epicenters of the violence and the outbreaks. And there are certain people that run toward that kind of energy and others that run away from it. So you being one that is a homebody, you will find yourself hunkering down and using your devices to say, I'm not going to run toward that unrest. That's not the energy for me. And instead, for you to hold vigil and hold the opportunity, you can even be preemptive.
Okay, I can do that.
And begin now.
Okay, yes, I have been amping up my little routine for Light for the Planet. It's fascinating, this Mickey magic that you speak of, and it sounds like I can get one of these wonderful Andara crystals as well.
Yes, he does have a website. Andara Magic.
Okay.
We're happy to share it upon our website after this. He would delight in having more business opportunities.
Okay.
To move his crystals about the earth.
I'll see what I can do to help that. Thank you both. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Beloved one.
All right. We are coming to an end. If there are any other questions, we welcome that. Maybe time for one or two more. If anyone has anything that is urgent, you've been sitting on. We feel all of you sitting upon a few questions that reluctance to share or ask. It's all right. Know that your questions are being answered in Divine's soul wisdom always. There's always resolution, as you know.
Mother, I have a question.
All right. Hello.
Hello. How much does the intent of us, the human, affect the actual outcome? So if we were to, the 33 of us here tonight, to all focus on peace and never a disruption, a civil unrest of any sort, the 33 of us within the Fibonacci sequence, how does it expand and what is its value? Is there a number that we could put to that? The power of 1,000, 2,000, you know, the energy, and how much can we affect it, the 33 of us here tonight, affect civil unrest in the next upcoming wave of energy?
Well, ironically, 33 is a master number, Christed number. As you speak it. So 33 times the power of 33 is a great alchemy.
But don't negate the power of just one, Rob, right?
Yes.
The thing that you're always navigating is free will and soul's journey. So gathering together in mass makes a big difference, right? It ripples across the cosmos. It makes a difference. But so does the individual in their prayers and in their intentions when it's properly done.
And we would only add to that that indeed the individualized form of intention is most essential, because that will draw you to the flames to join with another. And in the name of the God I am, you're all well aware that when two or more are gathered in thy name, what is possible? The exponential expansion of the energy of anything that you put forth through that intention, either individually or through the group. In forming as a group, you can create an intention soup. If you want to join as one group and form one stronger, greater intention, that will only lift and raise the vibrational impact of that intention. For instance, clean water, or lessening the fires, or creating healing for something. So the power is in both the individual and in the group. It is amplified through the group form. And the numbers matter not as much as the intention.
Change the numbers to light, Rob.
Yes,
Change the
indeed.
numbers to
Beautiful.
light and vibration, right? Then you've got the key right there. 1, 1,000, you will make a difference no matter what.
But you make a good point, beloved, in inviting community to return.
Absolutely.
And community will be in large part a necessity for survival in these coming months. You have been deprived of community for so many months that you'll find people are, deflecting and almost shying away from you, and like they're about to be hit with something. So make sure that you extend the generosity of invitation to join with others. For those of you that are like-minded, that are the light, coming together will make all the difference in how you are able to navigate and maintain high vibration through the oncoming energies.
Even within this format, right? Even community within this format.
Indeed. Join together with the highest light vibration intention and do your work, do your prayers, do your mantras, sing your Sanskrit, sing your chanting, whatever it takes. And do it with celebration and love in the heart. Does this assist you?
Yes, very much. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Metatron, for everything.
And you as well. All right. Was there anyone else with a hand up? I guess not. We are coming to the end of our time. If anyone else would like to, one last chance, one last clarion for a question, if anyone wishes to ask, speak now or forever.
Until next.
Until next time, indeed. All right. Mina, you have a question, beloved. Go ahead. You're muted, beloved.
I don't know if Lainey asked before me. I wasn't paying attention. If she did, I can defer to her for this question.
You are all so generous. Look at this energy. Beautiful. Lainey, do you have a question?
Okay, yes, I have a question. So this is about food, because I'm thinking that there'll be issues with food in the future. And I have heard by listening to the wonders that you can eat roots from trees. And so I wondered if that's something that's true, or if you have any suggestions regarding food issues.
All your food upon your planet at this time is being compromised. So once again, we're going to turn you toward your own discernment, your own spiritual soul guidance, to decide for yourself what is in your best interest for your highest evolutionary and revolutionary growth. And for many, you'll notice a trend of moving toward a plant-based diet. And with this, they are discovering all kinds of new forms of protein and grain to consume that are actually largely beneficial to the human form. I am not that aware of all tree roots, but certainly some tree roots can be made beneficial for the diet as a supplement. And at the same time, you get to decide. And the problem with the human form in the moment is they don't have a sense of barometer of like what the before and after is of plant-based versus the way they eat now. So it's important for each one of you to experiment and find what works for you. Some people find sustainability on a plant-based diet is not enough. It provides fatigue and headache and does not give them the protein nutrients that are required for whatever business or work or athleticism they do. Others find complete sustainability on a plant-based diet. But again, it's really up to you. But we're finding right now that your food sources and food resources are largely being compromised. So be mindful of what you consume. Read what is in the food you are eating. There is a great statement that has been procured around the internet is if it comes from a plant, consume it. If it's made in a plant, do not.
We would recommend, beloved one, that if you are considering eating the roots of trees and flowers, those types of things, that you educate yourself deeply so that you are eating those things that are beneficial to you, not harmful to the body. You've got to know, everybody should know what they're putting in their mouth, right? Most people have kind of glossed over that over the last 50 years and don't know what they're putting in their mouth. But if you're taking off into the woods to eat the roots of trees, you need to know what you're eating. Right?
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. There is a study it. There are many beautiful teachers, and if you are looking for a beautiful teacher, Mother and Connie and my woman and I know someone who is lovely, who that we can refer you to.
That'd be nice.
She's playing around with being an herbalist, and she derives heavily and survives heavily on a solid plant-based diet. So plant-based diets are enormously beneficial to your health.
It's great wisdom.
All right, thank you for the question, Lainey. Mina, one last question before we expire for the evening.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask, going back to the star seeds, what you would recommend if you want to be more in touch with your lineage and to, I guess, with clarity, discover what that is. How would you go about doing that?
Start having some conversations with those that are within your lineage. You are a channel, beloved one. You have the ability to reach up and request to connect with those that are of your lineage and call them forth. Begin to make relationship, talk to them, sometimes talking out loud and listening with the full body, not just with the ears, is helpful. What you know, what you see, what you feel, right? And begin to make relationship. And you will get your questions answered by those that are within your lineage.
There is no argument with anything that has been said. It is clearly begin your channeling journey. It's exactly what we do. And the sooner the better. Make connection, make relationship, and begin speaking to those that are already in, laying in wait to speak with you. You, though, have to make the invitation. They cannot. It's very rare that they spontaneously come without the specific request or prayer or intention. So you've made that very clear here, and now seek out those that are wanting to be in connection with you. Channeling is a wonderful opportunity for you.
They are waiting when you're ready.
Right.
Thank you, Divine Mother. Thank you, Metatron.
Thank you. Thank you all. I'm going to say goodbye, good night. Appreciate your presence. Namaste.
Right. Thank you so much. Namaste.